but your sorrow shall be turned into joy. The guts of Christianity is this: our forgiveness on the cross is meant to transform our lives. And the single point of the Eastertide readings is to bring together Jesus' sacrifice on the cross and our lives today. Let me put it this way: there is no hope of the transformation of our lives, which we all long for, that Eastertide life, unless we bring the cross into our lives. A transformed life of joy is, as my spiritual father put it, the cross in us, Easter in us. The biggest and perhaps most common dangers in our spiritual life is that we think that the events of the crucifixion were simply one event in the past, far off in the Middle East some 2,000 years ago. And looking at it this way, Passiontide has nothing to do with Eastertide. But the past is present. The cross, at its purifying and redemptive core, is and must be present today, here and now, in our Easter lives. I think this is why Jesus shows his wounds to the apostles, which we heard about on the first Sunday after Easter. The wounds from the cross are present in Easter. The past is present. Our epistle today might seem to ask us to simply be good citizens. Peter says, "Let your conduct among the Gentiles be honorable, that they may, by your good works, which they shall behold, glorify God. Submit yourselves to every ordinance of man for the Lord's sake, as servants of God. Honor all men, love the brotherhood, fear God, honor the king." Of course, if one were to follow these, you would be a good citizen. But that is not its point. The point is that the forgiveness of our sins has shape. It has content. One way that it plays out would be in our life together, in our cities and communities. The forgiveness of sins leads to a transformation of our lives. Today's gospel, as with all the gospels in Eastertide, are from John, and they all take place before Easter, but they all point to the cross. Jesus says, "A little while and ye shall not see me, and again a little while and ye shall see me." They point to change. They point to a life changed. Jesus says, "Ye shall be sorrowful, but your sorrow shall be turned to joy." Giving up things that hurt us, but what we actually like, why else would we be doing them? Giving up these things hurts. They are like little deaths. We've all had things we've struggled to give up with. Maybe it's cigarettes, alcohol, bitterness, anger, pornography. We can remember St. Augustine's prayer to God about chastity. "O Lord, give me chastity," but not yet. For him to fully follow the Lord caused St. Augustine anguish, sorrow. But Jesus says, "Your sorrow shall be turned to joy." The past is present, and this is why it matters to us. Our old self and that deep-seated hardness of heart died on the cross with Jesus. And Jesus says to us and to our hearts, with wounded hands and feet and side, "Peace be unto you. Your sorrow shall be turned to joy. Come and follow me. Come and be transformed." The changed Eastertide resurrected life means nothing less than the deaths of our stupid, hurtful desires. That's transformation. The cross is in Easter. The cross of life, which is the tree of life, is in us. And our lives can be transformed because God died for us. Come and follow Jesus, and let your sorrow be turned to joy. Amen.